Hey guys, Silver Knight here. Sorry it took so long for me to get back to this, but I was feeling under the weather. So let's get started with a good deck that I really do enjoy playing, but this format it's kind of difficult to play. Prison Frieza. Now, what the leader does is that you can't include anything with energy cost 3 or more. That means no fetch lands, no super combos, which is the big thing. But once per turn, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add one extra card from among them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Put them back in your deck, and for life or less, draw 2 cards. Flip. And then the other side is draw 1, and then pitch a Frieza army to negate an attack. Once per turn. Now, this deck is all about extra cards. And it's got an ender, but I'll show you. This is my red-blue variant. Now, start with Kappa's Awakening, an extra card. Choose up to one of your red cards and gets plus 6,000 battle for the duration of the turn. Now, this card is good. I'm trying it at 2, but I should increase it, to be honest. It gets plus 6,000 power for the duration of the battle. Now, this is kind of like a super combo in certain ways, where if someone attacks, someone attacks 10 on, 15 on 10, you pitch that, it becomes 16, you're good. So, yeah, it's free cost, Gallic Cannon. Yeah, go away. Gallic Cannon. When the battle card is played, choose up to one of those battle cards. It gets minus 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. This card was really hyped up in Draft Box 1, but I didn't really see that much play. But I really do like it in this deck because minus 15, you know, minus 15, it gets over certain things where it's like, oh, it can't be KO'd by your opponent's battles. Okay, cool. I'm not KOing it. I'm minusing it 15k, which means it's being KO'd by game mechanics. So I'm not KOing it. So we have Frieza Death Ball. This is one of the newer cards. I really do like it in the deck because it's an extra card and you can get it. So pay 1 plus 15,000 battle for power for the duration of the battle. And then if all your energy is red, you can have multicolor as long as it's red. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 10,000 power for the duration of the battle. Now, the reason why I put this deck at 3, which I should decrease it to maybe 2 or 1, is because it just KOs a lot of things. And also, if you're attacking the leader and you're going in for the kill, you play that, you minus the leader card. And then you go in for the kill. So, it's really just a card in this deck. But in most other decks, no. Thought I was finished. If your leader card is a Frieza Klein card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards against minus 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. I like this card in this deck, but it's activate main, not battle. But it can get rid of nuisance cards, minus 15, stuff like that. After image. You should know what after image does. If the card is red, choose one of your cards against plus 40,000. No, I'm bad with numbers. It gets that much power for the duration of the battle, and then choose one of your opponent's battle cards. It gets minus 10,000 battle for the duration of the turn. Now, great card. Really, really great. You can KO certain things, KO Kiku, KO stuff like that, and it's got sparking. Denial of vote. Solemn warning. If your leader is red, the battle card your opponent is playing is 2,000 power or less. It is placed in the owner's drop instead of being played. 20,000 or I'm bad with numbers. Bad with reading numbers. Or less it is placed in the owner's drop instead of being played. So get rid of nuisance cards and you can get off Frieza's effect. Great card. Tyranny's Cost. This is one of the newer cards that came out, and I really do enjoy it. Energy Exhaust, so I charge turn 1. Draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. If your opponent has 11 or more cards in their hand, they choose cards over the back of their until they have 10. That effect rarely goes off. I like it for just, I pay 2, I draw 2. It's pretty simple. Also, you charging it for the blue engine. Cease to exist. This is such a good card. The permanent and all that I'll get to in a second. If your leader is red, which Frieza, red, Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. Ignoring barrier. Big thing. They get minus 25,000 power for the duration of the battle. So ignoring barrier. Ignoring barrier. And then it's plus 5k combo power for the duration of the turn. And then you can activate that. So there's a green one, there's a yellow one, and then there's a blue one. The yellow one is... the rest of them are pretty decent. Live to fight another day. This is the bread and butter of this deck. If your leader is a red Frieza army and your opponent has 3 or more energy, draw 1 card. And for the duration of your opponent's next turn, your opponent cannot play battle cards with 20k power or less until they choose 3 cards in their hand and place them in the drop area as an additional cost. Play that, I'm safe for a turn. Well, unless they go for a big hitter, which nowadays things are things are big hitters nowadays, which is really sad. Well, at least for this deck. Ember Death Beam. This is one of the newer cards added in. This card's a little weird where it's a 3 cost. If I had a card with Invoker that I could play, I would play it, because then this would become a 1 cost. But choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and it gets minus 30k power for the duration of the turn. Ignoring barrier. So I have it in the deck. Also, I do charge it most of the time, though. Send this card from your drop zone to the reward. Look at the top card of your deck. It is a multicolored extra card. Tyrani's cost is the only target, but still. Add it to your hand. Otherwise, place it on top of your deck. Chain Attack Trunks. Now, this is a pretty big card. It's not seen as much play as it used to, but still. This card can attack battle cards that are in active mode. It's got a Evolve for 2 for GT Trunks, but there's no target in this deck. When you play this card, choose up to 1 of your battle cards from your hand with 15k power or less and play it. I'll get to in a second why that's really good. It's a starter deck rare, which is a little sad. I wish they would reprint it, but still. Loyalist, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I only have 1. I should increase it. When you play this card or combo with this card, if your leader card is the red Frieza army, choose up to 1 of your red extra cards in your drop zone and play it. So yeah, it's a red 1 red extra card from your drop zone. So you could get any of these back from your drop. So yeah, you could combo with it or play it, but it's mostly used for combo. Quick Shift Berry Blue. When you combo this card, if your leader card is red, which it is, choose 2 cards from your hand and shuffle them into your deck and draw 2. I'll get to it in a second. Wow, this is really good. Well, at least in a sec. Now, this is a little Tekken I have as to deal with, like, a huge field. Triple Strike, Energy Exhaust, Full Power Frieza, 100% Overdrive. When this card attacks, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and they get minus 30k for the duration of the turn. When the power of 1 of your opponent's battle cards is decreased, your opponent places 2 cards from the top of their deck into the drop area. The negate power, Triple Strike, Energy Exhaust, 5 cost. Not a bad way to end it, but there is another. This is just kind of a tech. I'm trying it out. It is really good because I could use it as an energy. So, but still, like anytime you put. So if you play this out in the field, then you keep minusing them, you know. But the odds of them having a field this format are kind of low. Mind Control Bobbity. This card's been around for a while. When you play this card, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 2 red battle cards. Hold on, sorry. 2 red battle cards from among them with 25k lesser power other than this, and play them, then shuffle your deck. This has been errated. You need 6 red energy to play this card, because before you'd be able to chain attack because it's got 10k power. Chain attack into this. But if you were to get the chain attack, if you have 2 of these in your hand, I've done this before, where if you have 2 of these in your hand and you get a chain attack off 1, you can play another one and get the effect again. The odds of that happening are pretty low. SS Gogeta All Out Assault. Barrier, Energy Exhaust, obviously. The top effect doesn't matter. I use it for the bottom effect, and also that I can get it off Bobbity. At the end of your turn, place up to 2 cards from the top of your deck into your energy, then negate the skill for the duration of the game. So it can help if you don't end up winning off the Bobbity, but normally what you would want to do is get this. Kaioken, Deflect, Energy Exhaust. If there are 20 or more red or green cards in your drop area, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. That effect will never happen. When your life reaches 1, it has to be on the field when your life reaches 1 or else you don't get it. It's something when this first came out that I've misplayed, which is really sad, but I found out that is the case. Activate main. Choose 1 card in your life, add it to your hand. Your opponent reveals their hand. So you look at their hand, which is already huge. You choose 1 card from among them and place it in the drop area, and this gets 25 power for the duration of the turn. Not once per turn. Just keep doing it as long as you have life. And then you go down to 1 and it has triple strike and dual attack. It cannot be KO'd by your opponent's skills. However, they can minus it, but usually if you're like life. So you would want to get the Bobbity into this. It's the only way to play it. That's why you have the quick shift. The quick shift puts the Kaioken back in the deck. So this deck is very particular. It's a very fun deck, and it's one of my fun decks. I do enjoy playing it, but a lot of the newer decks now just don't care. You know, Kaioken really fell off. It used to be a really good card, and it still is okay. But in the format the way it is, it's a little bit more difficult to play the way you would want to play it. So cheating it out is like one of the better ways. You could also get this, which I have this in case you don't get the Kaioken, because there are times when you don't get Kaioken and you're like, oh, I'm not living. So yeah, no, it's a decent deck. You want to sit around 6 life until turn 6, but there's a few ways to play this deck where you just wait it out. You know, I splashed in the blue because of this and this. Terminator's Cost and Emperor's Death Beam, because they are easy ways, as well as Full Power Frieza, which requires just 1 blue. This is also another and a half, so yeah. Overall, fun deck. Do I recommend playing it in this format competitively? No, I do not. The deck just, if you whiff the Bobbity, you're doomed. Well, not doomed, but like, it's hard to recover. But it's a fun deck, and I'm always going to have it, and I'm always going to play around with it. So, thank you everyone for watching. Have a nice day.